Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're going to today's video. The beer's courtesy of Pariah. Thanks so much, Pariah. I really appreciate it. So this is Discarnate. I looked up how to pronounce it, and I think I'm still not quite there. Cool word. So I looked it up to pronounce it, but also the definition. It's like lacking a body, so like a spirit, a ghost. So kind of cool, like with the dead, the metal kind of label. It's super rad. I love this. I went to wear a band shirt. I'm like, oh, this is appropriate. They're like going for, like those metal band kind of fonts. And I realized I don't have any band concert shirts or band shirts at all. Kind of pivoted to all nerdy stuff and, like comic book stuff like I'm currently wearing and beer stuff. But anyway, let's get into the beer review. So it's an IPA. I was trying not to look at the back too much. 7% ABV. So yeah, definitely hazy. It's well beyond what I would just consider unfiltered into a haze. Orange with a little bit of yellow mixed in. Very white head. Very compact bubbles also. I think I'm overusing the word very right now. Little bit of legs, little bit of lacing. Definitely a beautiful looking beer. Let's get into the aroma. What is that? Oh my goodness. What is... Some stone fruits like apricot. A little bit of peach. I get this sometimes in IPAs, and I think it's the yeast. I think I pinpointed it's the yeast. Almost like a nuttiness. To me, it's like cilantro, where some people are like me and they're like, yep. And then some people are like, you're crazy. And that's how I feel when people say that cilantro tastes soapy. I'm like, I don't know, cilantro's delicious. So I think it's kind of one of those things where some people have said, I've gotten that too in IPA, especially like northeastern style IPAs. So I kind of get that level of nuttiness. What is this other thing though? The apricot thing to me is like the most prominent fruit. Not particularly ripe peach. Not particularly ripe mango either. So it's like very fruity, but not overly sweet. Not that overly ripened kind of fruit. Nondescript melon. So kind of like honeydew. It's not watermelon. But yeah, it's pretty close to a honeydew thing. Smells nice. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Pariah. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. That's nice level of bitterness. Has some mouthfeel for sure. Goes down easy. A little bit full, but not taxing. Minimal amount of alcohol taste, mostly towards the finish, into the finish. Some nice sweetness there as well. The finish, closer to dry. Flavor-wise, I really like that I got to apricot in the aroma because I do get quite a bit of that in the taste. Yeah, the nondescript melon, kind of like honeydew, but not quite fully honeydew. Maybe strawberry. There's a moment that reminds me of red Twizzlers, which makes this beer sound more confectionery than it is. But there's like a flavor, not just the sweetness that Twizzlers had, but there's a flavor red Twizzlers have. It might be strawberry, like a confectionery strawberry. All right, let's see. What you're holding is a mashup IPA. Discarnate is both hearkening back to our West Coast roots and celebrating our new East Coast existence. It does drink that way. It has, although it doesn't have like West Coast, like danky, piney bitterness, it does have the bitterness level that does make me think of the West Coast. And it's not full New England style. Like I kind of said with the aroma more northeastern. Going back to your heady toppers, your Lawsons, like that kind of nutty yeasty thing that I get. So yeah, I get that. Almost like a step away from West Coast and a step towards what we call New England style. An extremely straightforward malt bill of 2-row give way to a heavy hand in both early and late stages of the brewing process. Mosaic and Citra. So Mosaic and Citra, the Mosaic makes sense because you can get berry. I was getting like this strawberry, kind of like candy confectionery strawberry. So I get that. Sometimes Mosaic, well, used to, kind of like Galaxy used to kick out a lot of pineapple to me. Mosaic used to kick out a lot of blueberry to me. Less so. I don't know if it's my perception. The Mosaic crops changing. I don't know. Citra makes sense because I do typically get orange, which I did not get here, which is very rare. I drink an IPA, I don't get orange. But peach and mango, got both of those, plus that apricot thing I've harped on, so I definitely get that. Our front and center with notes of varied citrus. So again, I don't get citrus. Stone fruit, talked about that a lot. And some sticky stank with CTV contributing the deliberately pointed bitterness. Oh, after the unboxing, I forgot to look up what CTV is. I'll have to, if I remember, I'll put in the description box below what CTV is. It's not coming to me. Yeah, that sticky stank, I'm going to come back to that in a sec. Contributing deliberately, yeah, I said that. Bright, snappy, hoppy, unfiltered, without provenance. So bright, a very bright beer. I wish I used that. Snappy, yeah, similar. Hoppy, for sure, unfiltered. What was it coming back to? Oh, sticky stank. Notice that they're not saying dank. Sticky stank. There is, again, kind of going back to West Coast roots. It's not sticky icky, but yeah, there's like this sticky something else bitterness. It's not pine sap sticky, like that taste, but it's got that, not quite viscosity, because obviously it's not like a sap, but like how when you drink one of those sticky piney beers, that sticky quality this has, but it doesn't have the pine thing attached. It doesn't have the dank thing attached. It has kind of like its own thing attached, and that I think is why I'm having a hard time, because the word bank's not, populating like this is the thing you want to say, because it's not a common thing, but it works in the beer, which is, at the end of the day, the most important thing. Not how many descriptors can I rattle off, but does it work in the beer? I like the flavor of this. It's also really hot out. This is a nice warm weather beer for sure. It's almost like that sticky in the stone fruit, like a hoppy stone fruit in lieu of the sticky icky, the sticky piney. Yeah, I like that as a descriptor. I'd say we're pretty similar to the tasting notes that they put on from what I was getting, and it's been 5 days since I did the unboxing, so clearly I forgot what the description said. But yeah, if I remember to look up CTV, I'll put that in the description box below so people know what the heck that is. Maybe you already know and you want to tell me in the comments. Get that algorithm working in my favor. Feel free to comment if you know, or comment if you've had this beer, or you've had a nice combo of Mosaic and Citra, anything related or unrelated. Maybe you have a major life event you want to tell me about. Anything, everything, comment section below. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and on Tapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.